Welcome back to The Deep Dive, the show that's all about cutting through that information overload.
Yeah.
We want to bring you the precise, actionable insights you really need. Today, we're plunging into something truly global, a phenomenon, really, Red Bull. Just think about it. I mean, whether you're grinding through a late-night project or maybe starting a long drive, hitting the gym,
Right.
or simply looking for that focused pick-me-up during, the afternoon slump,
Yeah.
those iconic blue and silver cans are, well, they're practically everywhere.
They really are. It's become more than just a beverage, hasn't it? It's almost a symbol.
Exactly, a symbol of energy, alertness worldwide. But, okay, beyond the slick marketing, beyond that famous slogan, Red Bull gives you wings, what exactly is the science here? What's the strategy, the precise formula powering this huge global sensation?
That's the key question.
And maybe more crucially for you listening, especially those of you deep in importing, distribution, the broader fast-moving consumer goods or FMCG sector, what does really understanding Red Bull's precise makeup mean for, well, unlocking its full market potential?
Right.
That's the core question we're going to try and unpack today in our deep dive using the source material you've shared.
Indeed. And this deep dive, it's specifically tailored, really, for importers, distributors, FMCG professionals. Our mission today is simple: a meticulous examination.
Right.
We're looking at Red Bull's caffeine content, its physiological effects, some critical safety considerations, and importantly, how it strategically carves out its own niche in what is, let's face it, a highly competitive beverage landscape. What's particularly compelling, I think, about our focus today is the unique geographical lens. We're specifically looking at Red Bull products relevant to the dynamic Vietnam market.
Ah, interesting. Vietnam.
Yes, and perhaps even more importantly, the significant wholesale and export opportunities that are now, well, powerfully emanating from Vietnam to global markets.
Okay, so it's not just consumption in Vietnam, but export from Vietnam.
Precisely. This isn't just about understanding a product. It's about grasping a critical global supply chain. It's about mastering a sophisticated market strategy. This deep dive, it should be your essential guide.
That's a clear mission, and it brings us right to the heart of it, doesn't it? The core of Red Bull's energy formula, starting with caffeine content.
The starting point, yes.
So when you crack open that standard can, the 8.4 fluid ounce one, 250 milliliters,
Right.
you're getting a dose. Is it random or?
No, not at all. It's very specific, carefully calibrated. You're getting exactly 80 milligrams of caffeine.
80 milligram. Okay. Now, many might instinctively think energy drink means, the highest possible caffeine kick. So what's the strategic thinking behind this particular 80 milligram level? Why isn't it higher?
That's a crucial observation, because that 80 milligram level, it is in fact a deliberate choice, a highly strategic one.
Right.
It positions Red Bull squarely as a moderate strength energy option. It's not designed, not intended to be the most potent drink on the shelf.
Okay.
Exactly. Consider this. A typical 8-ounce cup of homebrewed coffee often contains around 95 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, so actually less caffeine than a standard coffee.
In that standard can size, yes. Slightly lower, more controlled. This isn't a limitation, though. It's a deliberate play to broaden its appeal. This moderate approach makes it a balanced choice, not an extreme one.
Ah, okay.
And that has profound implications for its widespread market penetration, its ability to deliver a consistent, predictable experience to a huge demographic.
So for our listeners in FMCG, this means what? A wider customer base.
A wider, probably more stable customer base. People who aren't necessarily chasing the absolute most intense kick available. They want reliable energy.
So the core insight, moderation is deliberate. It's a market differentiator, not like a design flaw.
Precisely, not an oversight at all.
And this consistency, that 80 milligrams in the standard size,
Yeah.
that's absolutely vital, isn't it? What's the real business advantage of that consistency, especially if you're managing complex product lines, international distribution?
You've hit on a critical point there. This consistency is a massive advantage. Let's look at the caffeine source.
Okay.
The caffeine in Red Bull is synthetically produced.
Right, not from beans or leaves.
Exactly. And that's key to guaranteeing that predictable effect. Unlike naturally sourced caffeine, where strength can fluctuate, think coffee bean variety, tea leaf, even brewing method,
Sure, lots of variables.
synthetic caffeine ensures absolute uniformity every single can. For you, as an importer or distributor, this translates into an incredibly reliable product performance claim.
Okay, reliability.
You can confidently market and distribute Red Bull knowing every can, regardless of where it's made or sold, delivers the exact same energy experience. This simplifies marketing messages.
Zero headaches.
Right. Reduces potential customer complaints about inconsistencies, and crucially, it builds profound consumer trust in the brand's promise. That consistency is fundamental for global brand recognition and trade.
Okay, we've nailed down the caffeine. 80 milligrams, synthetic, consistent. But Red Bull's famous slogan isn't Red Bull gives you caffeine, is it?
Heh.
It's Red Bull gives you wings, which implies there's more going on than just the stimulant. What else is in that can beyond caffeine contributing to that energizing effect? What's the supporting cast?
That's a crucial distinction because caffeine really doesn't work in isolation here. The wings, they come from a carefully engineered blend, several key ingredients working in synergy.
Okay, like what?
Well, beyond caffeine, you have taurine. It's an amino acid not usually found in huge amounts in our diet. It plays vital roles supporting brain, heart, muscle function, even acting as an antioxidant.
Taurine. Okay, I've heard of that.
Then there are the B group vitamins. Specifically, you've got B3 niacin, B5 pantothenic acid, B6 pyridoxine, and B12 cobalamin.
The B vitamins,
Yeah.
energy metabolism, right?
Absolutely essential for the body's energy metabolism. They help convert food into energy efficiently. Then, of course, you have sugars, mainly sucrose and glucose. They provide that rapid energy.
The quick hit.
Exactly. Though, important to note, the sugar-free versions cleverly replace these with artificial sweeteners like aspartame and acesulfame K.
Right, for the calorie conscious.
And all these active ingredients, they're suspended in a base of high-quality alpine water. That ensures purity, acts as the perfect neutral carrier.
Okay, taurine, B vitamins, sugar or sweeteners,
Yeah.
alpine water. So it's not just a random mix, but a designed interaction.
Yeah.
How do these work together? How do they enhance the caffeine? Is it real physiological synergy or maybe clever branding, a bit of placebo? For businesses, understanding the difference matters.
That's a very perceptive question, and it gets right to the core of Red Bull's perceived efficacy. It's really a combination of both. Genuine physiological synergy and powerful brand perception.
Okay.
While caffeine undoubtedly gives you that primary immediate cognitive lift, that alertness, the other ingredients aren't just filler.
They're doing something.
They are. Taurine, for example. It's believed to modulate neurotransmitter activity, protect cells from stress. That might help smooth out the caffeine's effects, maybe reduce the feeling of a crash later.
Interesting. Smoothing it out.
And the B vitamins, they're foundational for cellular energy production. They don't add energy themselves like sugar does, but they facilitate the body's natural processes to generate and use energy more efficiently.
So they help the engine run better.
That's a good analogy. So while you might not feel the specific action of, say, vitamin B6 individually, their presence supports the overall energy pathways. This synergistic blend is designed to support a more sustained energy release, better metabolic function. It aims for a more holistic energy experience, not just a sharp temporary jolt.
A complete experience.
Exactly. And for FMCG professionals, this means you're not just selling a jolt. You're selling this perceived complete experience. It offers sustained, balanced benefits. That narrative resonates powerfully with a broad consumer base, athletes, busy professional students. This comprehensive approach is a cornerstone of Red Bull's enduring brand identity and its value proposition.
That complete experience idea definitely explains the wings narrative better. Okay, but let's get even more granular on the dosage. We've talked standard 8.4 ounce can, but Red Bull isn't one size fits all. Consumers see different can sizes.
Correct.
What happens to that complete experience, specifically the caffeine, when they grab a larger can? Does the caffeine amount stay flat at 80 milligrams, or does it scale up?
That's an excellent question. It highlights another layer of Red Bull's precision and its focus on the consumer. The underlying principle here is remarkably consistent caffeine concentration.
Concentration
Meaning the amount of caffeine per unit of liquid. Red Bull maintains about 9.5 milligrams per fluid ounce across all can sizes.
9.5 milligrams per ounce. Okay.
So this isn't just about selling more liquid. It's about providing a proportionally scaled dose of energy. Larger cans deliver more total caffeine, yes, but the intensity per sip, the concentration remains constant.
Ah, I see. So it scales predictably.
Very intelligently done. It caters to varied energy needs while keeping that brand consistency.
Okay, so that 9.5 milligrams per fluid ounce rule is the key. Let's break down the actual caffeine content size by size then, so our listeners, especially distributors, know exactly what they're dealing with. What are the common sizes?
Certainly. Understanding this is vital for inventory, for marketing. Let's lay it out. Baseline. The 8.4 fluid ounces, 250 milliliter can, as we said, 80 milligrams of caffeine, your standard moderate pick-me-up.
Got it, 80 milligram.
Moving up. The 12 fluid ounces, 355 milliliter can. That delivers 114 milligrams of caffeine, often chosen for a slightly longer boost, maybe mid-morning.
114 milligrams.
Next, for a more substantial, prolonged lift, the 16 fluid ounces, 473 milliliter can. That packs 151 milligrams of caffeine. The size often appeals to those facing, say, more demanding tasks, longer sessions.
151 milligrams, getting higher now.
And finally, the largest commonly available, the 20 fluid ounce of 591 milliliter can. This provides a significant 188 milligrams of caffeine.
Wow, 188 milligrams. That's definitely not a casual sip anymore.
No, that's more for maximum sustained energy. Think long travel days, intense study sessions, maybe demanding physical work.
Right. Conquer the report or drive through the night territory. It really shows how Red Bull engineered options for almost every energy need, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gentle lift to sustained surge.
Precisely.
This precise scaling sounds incredibly helpful for consumers. They can pick a size, matching their need, their tolerance. But does that proportional increase? Does it ever become a challenge? Are consumers always aware they're getting more caffeine, not just more drink, in a bigger can? Is there a risk they underestimate the dose?
That's a very astute point. It touches on consumer education and responsible marketing. Red Bull deliberately keeps that proportional low to ensure consistency in the experience, same strength per ounce, just more ounces. But you raise a valid point about perception. Not everyone might intuitively grasp that bigger can, proportionally bigger caffeine dose. They might just think more drink.
Yeah.
So for FMCG professionals, clarity in labeling and marketing is absolutely paramount. Ensuring caffeine content is prominent for each size helps consumers make informed choices, manage their intake responsibly.
Okay. Clear labeling is key.
And this clear sizing, the consistent concentration, it's a distinct advantage for you, our FMCG professionals. It significantly aids in, first, inventory management. Tracking different SKUs is easier when you know the exact caffeine profile without complex calculations, reduces errors, streamlines warehousing.
Makes sense.
It also enables highly targeted marketing. You can position specific sizes for different usage occasions, small can for an office refresh maybe,
Right.
16 ounce for students during exams, 20 ounces for professional drivers or maybe athletes needing sustained energy. This allows for nuanced promotions, optimal merchandising, maybe smaller cans near checkout for impulse buys,
Good point.
larger multi-packs targeting bulk purchasers. This adaptability across channels, convenience stores, supermarkets, online, it's invaluable for maximizing sales across different demographics, both within Vietnam and for export. It simplifies communicating the benefits because there's no ambiguity about the energy level per size. Makes your B2B value proposition much stronger.
Okay, so we've cracked caffeine content sizes. But Red Bull also expanded massively through flavors, right, the additions, and sugar-free options. Here's a key question for businesses. Does this flavor variety compromise the consistent energy delivery? Or have they managed both taste variety and that solid caffeine kick?
That's a fantastic point, and it reveals another layer of Red Bull's strategic brilliance. The core message here for our listeners is really flavor freedom without compromise.
Okay.
The caffeine content remains absolutely identical across all Red Bull variations of the same size.
All of them, even sugar-free. Zero.
Yes. The classic Red Bull Original with sugar, Red Bull Sugar-Free using artificial sweeteners, Red Bull Zero aiming for 0 calories and 0 sugar. The caffeine is the same for the same can size.
And the additions, like the colored cans?
Consistency extends there too, all the vibrant Red Bull editions.
So if I grab a yellow edition that's tropical, right, or a green edition, dragon fruit, I'm still getting that same 80 milligrams in the standard 8.4 ounce can.
Yeah, exactly. That's really clear. A powerful message for consumers. Choose your taste. Keep your trusted energy level.
That is clear.
Whether it's red edition, watermelon, blue edition, blueberry, amber edition, strawberry, apricot, or the more exotic ones like coconut edition,
Sure.
coconut berry. The brand's commitment is maintaining that identical caffeine content per size. It ensures consumers get the same predictable boost, regardless of flavor preference or dietary needs.
And for importers, distributors.
For you, this consistency is a major operational and marketing benefit. Simplifies inventory even further. No tracking different caffeine levels for different flavors.
Right.
It lets your marketing focus purely on taste profiles, seasonal promotions, consumer preferences, without worrying about varying energy levels or complex product claims about caffeine strength across your diverse Red Bull portfolio. Makes international trade, localized marketing significantly less complex.
Okay, this brings us to a really important discussion, one that touches on consumer health, regulatory compliance, safety. With any caffeinated beverage, understanding limits, potential risks is crucial. What are the current FDA guidelines for caffeine intake, and what does that mean for Red Bull consumption, practically?
This is vital. For responsible consumption and for any business selling these products, the FDA generally recommends healthy adults limit daily caffeine intake to 400 milligrams.
400 milligrams a day. Okay. How many Red Bulls is that?
To translate that, it's approximately 5 standard 8.4 fluid ounce cans spread throughout a single day.
5 cans. Okay. But
But, and this is critical, the timing and pace of consumption matter hugely, perhaps even more than the total daily amount.
how so?
Consuming multiple cans rapidly, say 2 or 3 within an hour or two, can lead to undesirable side effects. Jitters, anxiety, racing heart, maybe increased blood pressure.
Even if you stay under the 400 milligrams total for the day.
Even then, because your body gets hit with a large dose suddenly, it causes a rapid physiological response. Spacing out consumption throughout the day is highly recommended. It mitigates these effects, ensures a smoother, more beneficial energy experience.
So pace yourself. It's not just the total. Got it. Now, beyond healthy adults, are there specific groups who need to be extra cautious, maybe avoid high caffeine altogether? Where are the vulnerabilities?
Absolutely. That 400 milligram guideline is for healthy adults. It doesn't apply universally. Several groups need significant caution or should avoid high caffeine intake entirely.
Like who?
Children and adolescents, for instance. Lower body mass, developing nervous systems. They're far more susceptible. Generally advised to avoid energy drinks completely. Pregnant women. Medical recommendations usually limit them to 200 milligrams daily. Concerns about caffeine crossing the placenta, potential effects on fetal development, birth weight.
Okay, under 200 milligrams for pregnancy.
Similarly, breastfeeding mothers need to consider caffeine transfer through breast milk. It can affect the infant's sleep, maybe make them irritable. Individuals with pre-existing heart conditions, arrhythmias, high blood pressure. Caffeine can increase heart rate, blood pressure, potentially worsening these conditions. Could be dangerous.
How long you need to be careful there?
Those with anxiety disorders. Caffeine can significantly worsen symptoms, trigger panic attacks, general nervousness, and importantly, people on certain medications, potential for dangerous interactions. Some stimulants, certain antidepressants, blood thinners, even some OTC cold remedies. Caffeine can amplify side effects, reduce efficacy, or create new problems. Consulting a healthcare provider is paramount in these cases.
That's a really comprehensive list. It highlights how personal caffeine response can be. And I imagine sensitivity varies a lot between individuals anyway, right? What influences that? Any practical advice for listeners to understand their own tolerance?
It does vary dramatically, highly individualized. Depends largely on genetics, how your liver metabolizes at body weight, and your regular consumption habits.
Genetics, really?
Yes. Some people are genetically fast metabolizers. Specific enzymes process caffeine quickly. They can tolerate more, feel fewer side effects. Others are slow metabolizers. They feel effects from small doses and it lasts much longer. Body weight also matters. Smaller individuals often feel effects more intensely.
Makes sense.
So understanding your own tolerance is crucial. My advice: start with smaller amounts. Carefully monitor your body's response. How do you feel an hour later? 2 hours. Jitters. Anxiety. Or a smooth, productive boost.
Pay attention to your body.
Exactly. And remember caffeine's half-life, 3 to 7 hours on average. It stays active in your system longer than many realize. Consuming it late in the day, even if you don't feel an immediate jolt, can seriously disrupt sleep quality.
Good point about sleep.
A practical tip: maybe try a caffeine holiday for a week. Reset your system. Then gradually reintroduce it to gauge your baseline sensitivity more accurately. Keeping a simple journal, what you consumed, when, how you felt, is invaluable for responsible intake.
That's smart. And it's not just Red Bull adding to your daily total, is it? Easy to forget other sources.
Precisely. Essential to consider your total daily caffeine from all sources, not just energy drinks. Many common things contribute. often without us thinking about it.
Like what?
Your morning coffee, tea, various sodas, chocolate, especially dark chocolate.
That's chocolate, too.
Yes. And even certain over-the-counter meds for pain relief or cold symptoms. Failing to account for these hidden sources can easily push you over recommended limits without realizing it. Increases the risk of side effects.
You need the full picture.
Exactly. Another practical tip for listeners, try logging all your caffeine consumption for a week. Everything. Espresso, soda, that afternoon chocolate bar. This simple practice reveals your actual intake patterns, helps you stay within safe limits while still getting the benefits you want, gives you that holistic view of your daily stimulant load.
Okay, so we've thoroughly decoded the formula, the safety. Let's pivot now to market strategy, how Red Bull appeals to consumers. We emphasize that 80 milligram is moderate. Is this a deliberate strategic choice? How does it help Red Bull stand out in that crowded, often intense energy drink market?
It is absolutely deliberate and highly effective. Red Bull's moderate caffeine level isn't a weakness, it's a key market differentiator.
How so?
In an industry where some brands compete by pushing for the absolute maximum caffeine, creating this perception of extreme intensity, Red Bull deliberately chooses balanced energy delivery.
Stays out of the caffeine arms race.
Exactly. This positions it apart. It avoids that overly aggressive image that might deter a wider segment of consumers. It communicates controlled, functional energy, not an unpredictable jolt. This strategy has been fundamental to its enduring success, its appeal to a broad, diverse demographic.
So this moderate approach, not chasing the highest caffeine kick, must significantly broaden its appeal then. If it's not just for, say, extreme sports athletes, who exactly is drinking Red Bull and why?
Exactly. The moderate approach makes it accessible to a much wider group than if it were purely high intensity. It particularly appeals to those wanting an effective boost without the intense stimulation, the potential jitters, the notorious crash, sometimes linked to higher caffeine options.
Controlled functional energy.
That's the perception they cultivate. And it makes it suitable for many use cases. We see its properties aligning with diverse consumer needs, professionals and drivers. Many use it for sustained alertness. Long hours, critical meetings, long commutes. They want focus without being overly stimulated.
Right.
Office workers, a very common go-to for that afternoon slump. A productivity boost to power through the rest of the workday. Students, intense study sessions, exam periods. Red Bull offers extended mental focus, endurance.
Makes sense for studying.
Athletes and fitness enthusiasts. For intense physical activity, maybe pre-workout energy. The range of can sizes helps support sustained energy here. Gamers and creatives. Long periods of concentration needed. Red Bull can provide that mental edge without overwhelming the senses.
So it's really versatile, not just one niche.
Exactly. It's a versatile energy solution for many aspects of everyday life.
That diverse use case.
Yeah.
That's a significant insight for businesses, isn't it? For our listeners in importing distribution, how does understanding these varied profiles translate into practical B2B strategies? How can they leverage this knowledge?
This understanding is absolutely critical for optimizing your B2B strategies. Knowing these profiles allows for highly targeted marketing, merchandising, inventory strategies, key to maximizing sales.
For example?
Well, distributing in urban centers with lots of offices. Maybe push for more prominent placement of standard cans in convenience stores, corporate canteens, maybe even offer bulk office supply options.
Okay.
Regions with extensive road networks, targeting gas stations, truck stops with larger cans for drivers becomes crucial, supplying sports nutrition retailers or gyms. Promote Red Bull's role in sustained activity, leverage those larger sizes.
Tailoring it to the location and audience.
Precisely. It also helps inventory management. You can predict demand for different SKUs based on the demographics of your distribution areas. Tailor your product mix for specific retail environments. It informs promotional strategies, too. Run promotions during exam seasons for students. Partner with local sports events for athletes.
Right.
This granular approach means you're not just stocking shelves, you're strategically placing the right product, right consumer, right time. Ultimately maximizes your reach and sales across channels, regions within Vietnam, and your export markets. It allows for a much more nuanced, effective market approach, moves beyond generic campaigns to really resonate.
Okay, to truly grasp Red Bull's unique spot, we need that strategic comparison. How does it stack up against, say, coffee or espresso? And then within energy drinks, against higher caffeine options. And finally, just regular sodas.
Yeah.
This comparison seems vital for our FMCG audience to articulate Red Bull's unique value.
It's an essential exercise. Pinpoints that unique value proposition. Let's break it down. Against coffee and espresso. Okay, standard 8.4-ounce Red Bull, 80 milligram caffeine, typical 8-ounce home brewed coffee, around 95 milligram, a 1-ounce espresso shot, about 64 milligram.
So Red Bull is less than drip coffee, more than espresso typically.
Generally, yes. And ounce for ounce, coffee often contains more caffeine, maybe 12 milligrams, versus Red Bull's consistent 9.5 milligrams. The key takeaway: a slightly different energy experience. Coffee effects can be more variable. Red Bull offers that highly consistent, predictable dose, often preferred for portability, consistent flavor. For businesses, it positions Red Bull as a reliable alternative fitting various lifestyles against high caffeine energy drinks. Here, Red Bull is clearly more conservative. This is where moderate really shines as a differentiator. Some other major brands frequently offer 160 milligram caffeine in a 16-ounce can, double Red Bull's standard amount per can, roughly same concentration though, and there are even higher options pushing 300 milligrams in similar sizes.
Much higher.
Much higher. This comparison emphasizes Red Bull doesn't compete on maximum caffeine intensity. Its value prop is built on balanced, predictable energy delivery, appeals to a broader base seeking alertness without potential overstimulation, helps Red Bull avoid being seen as just extreme energy, appeals to everyday needs.
Against regular sodas, the contrast here is stark.
Yeah.
Sodas have significantly lower caffeine. 12-ounce Coke, 34 milligrams. Diet Coke, 46 milligram Mountain Dew, 54 milligram, much lower than Red Bull's 80 milligram as a smaller can.
Exactly. This clearly positions Red Bull's 80 milligrams as notably higher than traditional soft drinks, firmly establishes it as an energy-focused beverage, not just casual refreshment. That distinction is critical for consumer perception and for shelf space allocation in retail.
That detailed comparison really lays out Red Bull's unique market niche. So what's the bottom line for our B2B audience? How does understanding this competitive landscape empower them?
It provides FMCG professionals with comprehensive understanding of Red Bull's precise market niche. That knowledge is invaluable. You can use it to articulate its unique value proposition to retailers. You're not just selling an energy drink, but a specific moderate energy solution catering to a distinct, broad market segment.
Frame it strategically.
Yes. It helps you identify ideal sales channels where its balanced appeal resonates most corporate cafeterias, universities, fitness centers, travel hubs, and it allows you to anticipate competitive dynamics. Understand where Red Bull truly competes, where it has a unique advantage, aids in strategic pricing, promotions, securing prime shelf placement. You're empowered to make data-driven decisions, reinforcing Red Bull's position as a reliable, widely appealing energy source.
Okay, let's zoom out now to the global stage, specifically those wholesale and export opportunities for Red Bull coming from Vietnam. This isn't just the product itself, but the pathways to get it to market, massively.
Indeed. The power of the Red Bull brand in global trade is immense. It's enduring global popularity. That translates directly into consistent high demand. Bulk purchasing, export across various international markets.
It's a known quantity.
Exactly. Red Bull is globally recognized, trusted, a household name in countless countries. This significantly reduces the marketing lift for new importers, distributors. The brand already has inherent consumer trust, strong recognition. Its intrinsic value de-risks market entry, ensures a baseline of strong consumer interest, makes it an exceptionally reliable, attractive product for global trade partners.
And Vietnam specifically seems to be playing a significant, increasingly strategic role here. Not just consumption, but a crucial hub for distribution. Why Vietnam? What are its advantages as a source for Red Bull export?
What's fascinating is how Vietnam has rapidly emerged as a significant source and distribution point. It's not accidental. It leverages several robust advantages.
Such as?
Vietnam boasts substantial logistical advantages: strategic geographic location, a growing network of modern ports, efficient transport infrastructure, an ideal gateway for shipping goods across Asia and beyond.
Location and infrastructure.
Plus, the country's increasing integration into global trade via various free trade agreements. That streamlines export processes, reduces tariffs, enhances competitive pricing.
Trade deals help.
Furthermore, Vietnam has developed efficient manufacturing and packaging capabilities for FMCG products, ensures high-quality output, consistent supply. For importers, sourcing Red Bull from Vietnam offers genuinely competitive advantages: streamlined procurement, potentially favorable pricing due to efficient production and logistics, access to a reliable supply chain. Makes Vietnam an increasingly attractive, dynamic hub for businesses expanding globally.
This brings us to a key partner in this whole landscape. You mentioned when buying FMCG in bulk, competitive prices. Asia Grocery Wholesale AGW is a highly trusted name for global trade, especially from this region. They seem central to this export dynamic from Vietnam. What makes them stand out?
Absolutely. Asia Grocery Wholesale, or AGW, is pivotal here, and for good reason. They bring over 20 years of extensive experience, grocery wholesale, distribution, specifically specializing in trade from Vietnam to the world.
2 decades. That's deep experience.
It's invaluable. That deep understanding of regional supply chains, local market nuances, international regulations. AGW plays a critical role facilitating bulk buying, seamless export of Red Bull products. Their expertise ensures reliable sourcing. Direct relationships with producers guarantee authenticity, consistent quality.
Reliability again. Crucial.
They excel in supply chain excellence, meticulously managing logistics from warehousing in Ho Chi Minh City to efficient international shipping, ensuring products arrive on time, perfect condition. For international partners, this means a significantly de-risked, highly efficient procurement process.
Sounds comprehensive.
Their local presence in Ho Chi Minh City is testament to their deep roots, operational capabilities in the region. This direct connection gives them unparalleled product access, swift responses to market changes, the capacity to handle large-scale international orders with precision, agility.
Boots on the ground.
Exactly. And crucially, AGW caters specifically to the unique needs of importers, distributors, FMCG professionals seeking high-volume, competitive pricing for Red Bull. They understand the complexities, customs documentation,
Explored the strategic positioning as balanced energy, delved into consumer profiles, and revealed the significant market opportunities for wholesale and export, particularly through a key partner like AGW.
and this knowledge is designed to empower you, the importer, distributor, FMCG professional, to make more informed strategic decisions. Product selection, market penetration, efficient supply chain management. Understanding Red Bull's consistent profile, its broad appeal, Vietnam's strategic export capabilities, coupled with AGW's proven expertise, it offers a clear, advantageous path forward for expanding your business globally.
So if you're ready to leverage these opportunities, tap into that consistent global demand for Red Bull, the next step is clear. We strongly encourage you. Connect with Asia Grocery Wholesale. Visit their website, egrocery.asia. That's egrocery.asia. For detailed product info, explore their catalog, initiate your bulk wholesale orders.
It's all there.
For direct inquiries, you can reach their team via WhatsApp, +84 909 046 308. That number again, +84 909 046 308. Or send them an email, contact@egrocery.asia.
Straightforward contact.
It's a direct invitation. Partner with the trusted expert for competitive pricing, reliable supply, a seamless path to bring the enduring power of Red Bull to your markets.
As we wrap up today's deep dive, maybe a provocative thought to leave you with.
Go for it.
As consumer awareness around health, wellness, energy optimization, as it continues to grow, become more sophisticated, how might Red Bull's consistent, moderate caffeine profile, that strategic choice from the start, continue to shape the future of the energy drink market?
Interesting question.
And what new opportunities might arise for businesses focused on delivering balanced, predictable energy solutions in this increasingly discerning, health-conscious world? The answers? They could very well define the next decade of the energy beverage industry.
A lot to think about there. A great note to end on. That's all for this deep dive. We hope you feel thoroughly well-informed, ready to tackle your next big opportunity with confidence. Until next time, stay curious and keep innovating.